Call the meeting to order. 6 o'clock.
Got it?
Yeah.
That's the first.
Alright, I'll entertain a motion to approve the January 5th minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of January 5th, 2020.
I'll be entertained by both of you, second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, nice here we have the El Presidente of the Raynham Giants.
Last year, bro.
Huh?
Last year.
Last year, huh?
This is it?
For president, I'll let somebody else know.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a
Could you
favor?
just, oh, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
oh, you, that?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, sir.
Yeah, I could give your full name and your address.
Sure. Full name is Gerald Molosky, Gerald. Address is 328 Finch Road, Raynham, Massachusetts. I go by Jeremy.
All right, Jeremy, what do you got for us?
Raynham Giants, if you don't know, is part of the Old Colony Youth Football Organization. There are 32 towns in that league, and this past fall, due to COVID, we did not have a football season. We tend to follow MIAA guidelines. They are putting on a spring season, so we would like to do the same. Right now, there are 15 teams, all composed of 7th and 8th graders. I can get you a list at a later time if you need it. And it's going to be a 6-game season. Every team is guaranteed in the playoffs, so you will play 4 regular season games, 1 playoff, and then the top 2 teams in each division will play in the Super Bowl. The reason I'm here this evening is normally our fields are closed February, March, and we need practice space. So my organization has asked me to come forward to ask for permission under this circumstance to allow us to practice just 3 days a week on Mill Street and possibly play 1 game per Sunday. It would be a total of 2 home games at Betancourt Field. We have spoken to Ken Bowen, who's our field manager and also the president of Yukon Landscaping, and the Raynham Giants and Yukon will make any necessary repairs to the field if damaged.
So it's 6-game season, but how many games?
We're only guaranteed 2 home games.
Only guaranteed. But
That's correct.
You could play 3 or
We could, but they said 2 home games.
2 home games. And then did they already decide where the playoffs and the Super Bowl would be?
No, they did not, but I will tell you, because I'm also, part of the board for Girls Across, that's the start of our season, and we usually have that game home. So Alex already knows, Alex is our league representative for the league, had already told them that we cannot host a Super Bowl, that it would be only 2 games.
I'm assuming they're going to want to do playoffs and Super Bowl on turf fields anyways.
That's correct, because of the weather.
Push in the past.
Right. And that's basically it. We did speak to the Legion to get their okay, and they said absolutely. Mill Street's important to us. One, all of our equipment's there, but if the board says, hey, you guys would have to practice at another field, we'll do whatever just to get these kids to play. If you guys don't know, more than 50% of 8th graders do not go on to play 8th grade. High school football, so it's important. It's their last year possible to play a game that they love. They've been playing since 2nd grade.
Jeremy, what's your plan if the fields are snow covered?
Well, right now, we are allowed to practice indoors, but we can't have full practice based on MIAA and COVID restrictions. We can only do conditioning. Basically, it would be like a flag football where you can only allow 10 at a time. We haven't gotten that far yet, and we'll make changes, whatever we need to do. I know we can't play on the field when it's snow covered, so we'll have to work at it. We haven't gotten that far.
So I guess that's what my question is. Have you entertained some type of plan to clear the fields of snow if you wanted to play or practice on it?
We can, and just like we've done in the past.
Okay.
The Raynham Giants, we put parents come down with snow blowers and shovels and clean off the field. That's not a problem.
Okay.
I can tell you the first couple of weeks, we do have indoor space booked, and the coaches are fronting that money themselves.
All right. Awful quiet over there, Josh.
Oh, I mean, I don't think anyone in this room would want 25 kids running around their yard right now, but if you guys are willing to assume the cost of repairs, I'd love to see the kids get out and play, so.
No, I understand.
Just one thing about, your game days, right now, I'm sure you know the water is turned off, so that the stand and the bathrooms there are not available.
Okay.
Until April 1st, so that's something you want to talk about, bringing in your porta potty or something like that. You
Yeah,
might-
that's fine.
Something like that.
For me right now, and this is me speaking for the organization, as long as we have practice fields, I don't care if all of our games are away and we have to pay refs, just want to get the kids on the field to practice to get ready for the game. We'll travel wherever. Again, it's one team.
So they have to do, does OCYFL have the refs in place? Is that
They're working
something-
with Ray Byron, yes.
Yeah.
Ray Byron is asking, Ray Byron is the...
You still alive?
Yeah, right. He is scheduled for the league. He does the college games and all that stuff. But Ray is asking that there be multiple games per field. So it's just like a regular Sunday where they're playing 3 or 4 games
Right.
and not traveling all over the place.
Right.
I know that we are in talks with the high school as well to get BR's turf, just in case. I would prefer to do that. I would save my back on painting and doing all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Lining the fields and everything too, right?
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Especially in the winter.
Yeah.
But we can make a difference for these kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let you guys know. I don't have any skin in the game. My son's a freshman in college.
You said you do girls across as well?
I do.
President?
Well, I'm not the president there.
Oh.
Just field director, equipment manager. And
Someday.
No, I was the VP. We're blessed with girls across that we have so many young parents coming up.
Oh, good.
We have a couple that are like level 3 certified already. It's good.
What is the MIA rule as far as spectators?
Spectators, as far as I know, cannot be in the bleachers. They have to bring their own chairs. And yeah, I can highlight them and give them over to you.
You can't be in the bleachers.
No,
But they can bring their own chairs.
as far as I know.
In terms of social distancing, that's.
So
Unless we mark like we did for high school.
Yeah, mark off the bleachers.
See, I got a thing from MIAA and I got a thing for girls across, so I'm mixing the two.
Girls lacrosse plays on Benton Court after football, days will follow.
Supposedly we shouldn't have built those.
We started last year.
Okay.
The sport allowed us, because we are a combined team
Yeah.
from Bridgewater and Raynham.
Okay.
And a little backstory, Bridgewater lacrosse basically gets the turf where we used to share it.
Yep.
And the girls play there. It's 4 teams. And we used it last year with 0 damage.
Okay. So in the event like the football ends up damaging it and it gets repaired, is there another spot for the girls? Could they play in if need be? Like
That's a
for-
good question. We can apply for BR's turf, or we can move it to away games.
Okay.
That's costing, right? They charge you to use the field?
BR does that.
Now, has there been any communication like with Raynham Youth cheerleading? Is there anything?
No, because they are a separate organization, OCYCA.
Right. But I didn't know if, with all the hubbub, if they had reached out to you regarding, would we be able to cheer it?
No, as far as I know, there's no cheerleaders.
I'm all for it as long
I
as
think it's a
both,
super idea.
as long as one league's not getting, gonna ruin it for the next, but you're in both seats, so I know you're gonna take care of
Yeah,
both.
right,
so-
I mean, for me, I don't see 2 games on Bencourt, if they play there, are gonna
Right.
make a difference for the girls. The only thing I might have a hiccup with the girls is Mill Street, because that's where we practice,
Right.
girls lacrosse practices as well. I may have to make an amendment to the permit that I applied and see if we can practice at the upper field behind RMS. Because I know RYL lacrosse has been, they're shrunk in numbers. So to do that for a couple weeks, but A-team has said that they would work with us with practice. So I can make that all work internally.
Yeah, we can fix grass, these kids will only get 8th grade once, so.
Succession plan for leadership, you're saying that your last year. I'm familiar with you, but that's about it, I think.
Well, Dave Moore is still on board.
Dave is,
And he is, we started developing our bench. It's something I started a couple of years ago. Who you want to replace you, and let them follow and see if that's what they want to do. So Tim Brokemeyer has someone in place. Jason Carnes is taking over for Tom Holton this year. Jason Carnes is a firefighter. Ryan Schleicher, who's a BR grad.
I went to school with a sister. I know Ryan very well.
Ryan's one of the board members for RYVSA. He's a corporate executive for Ocean Spray. He's got even keeled head and shoulders. He's not a football guy, but he's,
an organization.
Yes, he is. I think he'll do really well. The Carfagnas are still there. And this is their definite last year. Will DeBose is on his last year because Ryan's going to take over as he gets voted in, and he'll be secretary this year. Who else? And Tim Brokemeyer is still there, game announcer and registrar. So we're good.
Who's the league rep?
League rep's Alex Tavares. He's going to stay on after this year.
Louis still the director of football operations?
Louis still the director of football operations. If Louis ever wants to vacate that position, I think I'll slide into that to keep a little, old school sense in there. Unless we want to get one of the old guys back.
I was talking about it the other day. Let me know if you get any openings.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all up to Louis. Louis doesn't want to give up that seat. He likes that seat.
Yeah, that's how that's his thing.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I went back and maybe cut half the board and just go back to the beach.
Who's in charge of successions, of concessions?
Anthony McCauley. So Anthony's staying on for another year, and his backup is Dana Grennan. Dana is the concession director for RYBSA.
Oh.
And I graduated high school with
Yeah, Dana's a good dude, and he can cook. I don't know if he's as good as Anthony McCauley with the fried oysters and stuff. Can you imagine going to a youth football game and having po' boy sandwiches? It's like, what? He's done a good job in that concession stand. So.
I always said stick to chicken nuggets, french fries, hot dogs, and hamburgers. You make a fortune.
Yeah, they do well. They do well.
People will eat.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve the Raynham Giants youth football request for the usage of Betancourt Field and the Legion Field as outlined by Mr. Molesky, with an agreement of assistance with repair if needed, and also that all COVID protocols are following the church. They're already following, so I'm sure that shouldn't be a problem. That's my motion.
Okay, and that assistance, that would be not Norm's crew, that would be,
Correct.
okay, I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Not that I don't trust Norm's crew, but I know they're busy enough.
Right.
Mr. Shelf, if I can add something. We designated a COVID coach who's already got certified through the National High School Federation, completed certification in COVID-19 training.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we
really?
have a designated coach for that as well. All right,
End of the game,
try.
as usual.
I don't know if you guys want to do their other permits here. They also put in one for, well, it's here,
Oh, the Raynham girls.
for the girl lacrosse.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yep.
While I'm here, can we make that an amendment to practice? Can we add the upper field for RMS?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Okay.
It's right before it, right before
What
the
about
football.
Raynham soccer field?
Oh, she's, I'm sorry. I will make a motion to approve the BRGYLs.
That's a long, Bridgewater Rainham Youth Girls Lacrosse.
And just one thing with that one, last year we did charge $550.
Oh, because it's split.
It's because it's split.
Yeah.
And we did have a fee increase that we voted on in December, it's $600 for the season.
Yes.
Did, is your roster looked at 50/50, or what's your roster look like?
Each team's different. Yeah, I mean, each team is different, because the U7, U9 coach is a Bridgewater coach, so a lot of her daughter's friends,
Yeah.
I can tell you, my team, the U15s, is Raynham heavy, the 13s are Raynham heavy. They're your two biggest teams. It's split, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
No problem.
If in fact, though, the roster supports whatever our standard is for,
Yep.
we'll waive that fee,
Okay.
all right?
Yep.
$600.
Listed address?
Yeah, if you just give me the
I can
roster,
do that,
and then
that's easy, that's quick.
we can take a look and, because, I forget her name, I apologize, she actually already dropped the check off a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
To me, I have it sitting in our safe, so I can always give it back if
Yeah,
we
okay.
go through that, so.
it's okay, that doesn't matter. Did she pay the full?
Yeah, it's just sitting in our safe and I was going through this.
Then
so-
we'll just, don't worry about that. Thank you.
I guess we'll, do you want to just finish the reports right now, or do you want?
Well, might as well, I mean-
Permit.
I think you guys have to,
Yeah, so-
you gotta do, you haven't voted on this one.
So it was
yet.
600?
Just for,
Your motion was
legality.
600?
I understand.
Motion to
For pending roster.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Jeremy, you get me that? I won't do
I'll
anything
do
to
it
check until you
ASAP.
get me that. I can give you the check back if everything works out.
The next one I have is Raynham Masters.
Yep, they're just looking for their annual, spring season, from April 4th, through the end of, June, just playing, over the hill soccer league on, one of the fields. I think we're gonna probably put them on a route this year, cause, we're gonna shut down and multi-purpose for the spring.
Anyone? Bueller?
Motion to approve Raynham Master Soccer's spring permit with a $600 fee and COVID protocol.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
And last is Sunday morning softball.
They're looking to start at the end of April, basically all the way through the end of October. This year, they're asking for 3 fields. They're asking for
A lot.
yeah, they're asking for boarding colony softball. They're asking for Reed, and they also want to add on, which we gave them last summer, RMS softball. Last year, we did charge them $1,100, but we did reduce the fee due to a shortened season down to $800. But originally for the 2 fields, it was an $1,100 charge last year.
Oh, did they petition afterwards? when it
Yeah,
was
and we revisited that in late June, so they started in July for a shorter season due to COVID. They also had a smaller amount of teams.
Is this the league that we had problems with?
Yes.
Do we have a new president?
No, it's the same president.
That's the same guy, Ralph? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ralph
And,
Decker.
you know, he does a good job. It's just, he can't control everything he doesn't see.
Yeah.
And we just gotta keep reinforcing with them, especially if they're gonna be on school grounds,
Yeah, I was just thinking
even
that.
more.
Yeah.
You can't, you know, you can't show up there on a Sunday and see those guys, you know, violating protocols and us catching them again with alcohol out there.
Yeah.
Well, I think he needs to know that it's gonna be a real short leash.
Okay.
If it happens once, we'll just hold it on it. You know?
I hate punishing everybody for the actions of individuals.
Yeah, but I think if
They did come up with, after we ran into that problem a couple of years ago, they did come up with a system where they suspended the players in-house
Before it came to us.
for a few weeks.
Right.
The word got back to us, I spoke to them, and then they took matters in their own hands, suspended either those players or that team. But we did shut them down, though, a couple of years ago for 3 weeks,
Right.
until they came in and spoke to us.
If we throw some dogs on the field, it would be.
Very true.
3 fields, though.
1,100?
18.
18.
So on a blue lot. Maybe they don't actually come over to motion to approve Sunday morning softball, $1,800 for 3 fields.
I'll second that.
COVID protocols, short leash.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, Jeremy, we've handled all of your business. You're more than welcome to stay with us,
No,
or
it's
you're
fine. Thank
you're
you
free to
so
go,
much.
You can
sir.
watch on YouTube if you want to be entertained.
Excellent, thank you.
Everyone have a great night.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Appreciate seeing you. Thanks for all you do.
Which, taking out that one. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Let's move back. Old business, program updates?
Yeah, just a couple of things. I know I mentioned at the last meeting about a February vacation club. We were able to put one together. It's a miniature one for 3 days at the Lions Club, 16th, 17th, and 18th for a half-day program. We can only let in 25 kids with staff. We're going to hit our 25% we're allowed in the building. So, but we sold out already for the week. We're bringing in a couple of shows in the video game truck. It should be a good couple hours to keep the kids occupied.
Good.
Good.
And also, we just restarted a new session of Drama Kids, and we're starting Mad Science program tomorrow. And with our lack of space right now, with the weather the way it is, we're doing the best we can, trying to keep people occupied.
Sounds dangerous.
What's that?
It sounds dangerous.
It is. And get them off the computers.
Yeah. That it for,
That's it for old business right now.
All right, so we'll move back over to new business, annual reports.
Annual report. I'd like to make the recommendation with your approval. Normally we've had SJ do it as long as I've been here and as long as I've known.
Oh, that's right.
Is,
I forgot about that.
But, Sam, you want to put your head up?
Yeah.
She does a fantastic job with the minutes, so
Yeah.
I'm certain she'll do a great job with an annual report, but she'll have to do a little studying.
Yeah, we've been working on it.
Oh,
It's
good.
already starting to come together, but,
Yeah.
you know, we've got to get that done by the end of the month and get it into the town. So, Sammy's ready, she's doing an excellent job.
Yes,
She's already
she
been
is.
here now almost 5 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Oh, yeah.
For a raise.
Actually, when she already got one, when the union increase came.
Yeah, right? Look at that, huh? Just cocky, got a raise. Everybody got a raise, right?
Yes.
What's the minimum wage up to?
Minimum wage up to $13.50, but it's gonna go to 15 in a couple of years, but the way they're talking politically, it could get there a lot faster.
Yeah.
With the national.
Do we have to vote on who does that annual report? Or is it-
You guys have always nominated.
Yeah.
But I've been here, so.
I'll nominate Sammy. Then,
Do you want to be nominated?
I accept.
She's
Cool.
psyched.
Thank you.
Second that?
You're gonna second that?
No. Have at it, Sammy.
Thank you so much.
I certainly don't want to do it.
You wouldn't want me to do it.
you gotta know how to spell them.
You're talking to Josh.
Yeah.
Remember who proofreads your report? With red pen.
I know, Danny.
All right, moving on. Josh, do you have any reports?
No, unfortunately.
Yes.
I do, actually.
All right.
The walking trails.
No.
Little forest of branches down.
Yeah,
No.
there is some
No.
trees down.
My dog rolled in human poop in the open forest. That was nice.
Is that what the lab thing's about? We're gonna prove that. The human feces?
Yeah.
I know the
That
difference in
size.
spell. It's nasty. Bruce. I mentioned to Jeremy, because I mean, he's been there forever. He's been with the program for 10, at least 10 years.
Yeah, he
10
came,
years when the son was first started, right?
I want to say he came right around 2010, 2011.
So anyways, long story short, I think it's really important that we understand these youth programs, the local ones, what their succession plans are. Because not everybody sticks around forever, but not in order to like have a, like control over them, not at all, but I've seen in years past where organizations don't have a plan like that, and the next thing you know it, you have new leaders with no experience with the league, not knowing what the rules are, and the next thing you know it becomes an issue with us, right? So, I don't know if we can like invite the leaders of each organization on a particular month and just have an open meeting with them on succession plans, and I don't know, what do you guys?
No, I agree, and then, you know,
They
and then I think it's a good idea when they're having a changing of the guard, that, they invite them to, we have them at one of the meetings, just so we can get to know them and,
Yep. I totally agree. It was nice to hear some of the people you mentioned I went to school with, so,
Yeah, if we know that,
yeah.
it's more comfortable to make decisions on what we just did tonight.
Mhm.
If we know that the people that are coming in are
and
trustworthy, that we know them that to be trustworthy. Not saying that if somebody comes in that we don't know is automatically not trustworthy, but we don't know them, right? So there's there's questions that you would be asking yourselves as they're requesting certain things. Being to have a relationship with them, whether past or new, I think would help in decision-making processes when it comes to additional field space. They want to do capital improvement projects and stuff like that. So the leadership that we have in our youth organizations has been phenomenal for the past 15 years that I remember. Before that, there were some issues, and one of the reasons why I got involved with Highland Records because of youth organizations and the leaderships and their sense of ownership and ability to do whatever they wanted, basically. So,
And I don't want to speak for...
because it affects everybody.
Oh, yeah, and I don't want to speak to Chad or Harash, but I'm sure they would love to come in and talk. Both, if you talk to them every few weeks, just to check in. But,
Like I said, it's
yeah.
not them, it's
It's
who's
who's
coming.
coming after them, but yeah, no.
Who's coming, when's it coming,
No.
do we know them, if not, can we meet them?
Yep.
You know, we don't want to see a rogue leader come in with all kinds of thoughts and ideas of doing things without going through the proper process that, if they do those things, they affect other organizations, whether it's improvements to the concession stands, capital field improvements and projects. It affects everybody. So that's my report. I think it's something that I've been thinking about the last couple months, and Jeremy just having him here tonight made me really think about it. And I think it's important.
I will get on that, and I'll see what availability is, see if we can hopefully get somebody for next month.
Awesome.
Yep.
I have, actually, I just have a question, and I can't remember it.
Sure.
I don't know if it fell off the table, but, Raynham Youth Baseball looking to do some changes to the field because of, Calgary.
That right
You know
now,
if that is on hold, did that fall off because of COVID, or?
it kind of fell off because of COVID. They did do the upgrade, obviously, to the infield last year.
Yeah.
They turned it to the 50-70 diamond. They did a wonderful job. And we kind of, other groups tried to jump on it last summer, but after speaking with the president, we wanted to keep that off just for Raynham right now,
Yeah.
the first year. But there is talk about possibly raising the fence in the outfield so they can host these tournaments after this upcoming summer.
All right.
Yeah, so that's something that they may look at come the fall. But, you know, Chad can answer those questions for us.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what you want to call that meeting. Just have a title for that. And it's good, I think it's good for them to all be here at the same time, so if they don't know each other, they can introduce each other. and
Yep.
Regardless of whether, you know, the majority of soccer is down here at Board of Colony, but, you know, sometime football, baseball, lacrosse, type, hey, we need to rest a certain area over there, so, you know, we're gonna use the multi-purpose where soccer might have this, whoa, that's a soccer facility, you know what I mean? So, and if they know each other, and if they have an opportunity to get to know each other, should some type of conflict like that occur, there can be some good open lines of communication without having to come to anything serious.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
A great summit.
A yearly
Youth summit.
youth programs.
Organization.
Summit.
He likes acting. Josh, I think.
We're moving
My
on.
wife has-
Oh, no,
We're moving on to staff reports.
I was looking
I'm
at
still
taking
working on
that.
No, the other report's over with. I already won.
I can still talk.
I'm talking.
Sorry.
All right, are you done?
That can be our homework.
I keep talking because I don't want to go home.
Staff report.
Just kidding.
Sammy, you got anything?
I do not.
How's the Facebook doing?
Good, we got almost 250 likes, so we're almost there.
Like 50 in the last month.
Yeah, it's been going up slowly but surely. We'll get there.
It's viral.
Trying to beat Bridgewater Fire. They got like over 2,000, so it's been
Oh, everybody loves the fireman.
Yeah.
Oh my God, please. Helps
Maybe
your fireman.
maybe we should do a park and rec commissioner calendar.
Oh, we want likes, Jim.
Without dogs.
All right.
We're looking to gain followers.
All right. Jeremy.
Where'd he go?
What do you got?
Tom.
Chris.
Mike. What day is it?
I wasn't really gonna talk about dog park tonight, but, because nothing's really happened because of the virus, but once things calm down, we'll get that meeting going. I've already updated my report, my presentation, so when the time comes, it's good to go. You know, so we'll cross that bridge when,
I know I've missed a few meetings, but that basketball court, that contract, that,
the basketball court,
the town is,
the town does have it.
yeah, okay,
Okay, but the town still does not have possession of the deed.
okay.
From what I understand, and I was told when I spoke to the town, is that deed was supposedly signed back in 2006, or 15 years ago. But, so technically the town owns it, but it doesn't have complete ownership because we don't have that piece of paper.
Okay,
Once we have that, then we're gonna do the other meeting we talked about, talking with that neighborhood, the businesses that are down there, what we wanna do with that space.
okay.
And I know you had ideas about moving the tennis courts over there, but whatever we do, it's a nice plot of land. Parking's definitely an issue, you know, but if it's a neighborhood court, but you also can't tell other people in town you can't go there.
All right.
So that's one
Well,
of
if
the
it's a tennis court, and how many people at a time?
True. I mean, the other idea is pickleball. That's the other thing that this town, we do
Right.
eventually, is a pickleball court. But that's ideas, we can go by them. They do have a small playground there. My opinion, that definitely needs to be updated, you know,
Yeah.
when you see it. So, well, again, that's something else. We'll cross that bridge once we get that piece of paper. I'll get the list from the assessor's office, send out a letter, say we're gonna do a meeting
Right,
somewhere,
yeah.
and bring them in and go from there.
I just think if we could do a dog park here and like a crosswalk and park across the street and over here, easier to police. And then maybe some of these other spots, if people don't want a dog park, they'd be more okay with a tennis court, quiet, you know,
Yeah.
Yep.
with a tennis court behind the
Pickleball.
South School or, you know,
I'm up for anything.
the shoot from the hip, that's all.
No, and I've always said though, that space behind South School, when we eventually look at that,
Yeah,
that's prime real estate.
right,
I mean, there's a lot of possibilities back there,
right.
but that's something we'd have to get together and really
Yeah.
figure that one out.
Yeah.
Speaking of South School, I did get another update from the town today. There still has been no movement on how they're going to repair that building. You know, they're waiting on, they've solicited out for businesses, nothing has come back, nobody's put a bid on it. So when we get in there, I don't know, but I keep asking because we need that space. That's important for our programs. But right now, it's just not a safe place to be.
What's taking so long there?
It needs electrical repairs, needs some
Yeah.
water repairs, and just the town put it out to bid, you know, to the scope of the work, but nobody has come back with an actual bid to go in. So right now, they're looking at other options, how they can get that place fixed up so we can get in there.
Right.
So it's a never-ending battle.
Okay.
Just a couple of things. Did submit last week the first copy of our budget for next year. Everybody's salaries are all set, just waiting on the union contract, which they're in negotiations right now if there's an increase there. But in terms of our wages, our expenses, everything is zeroed out. It's all, nothing raised from last year. So the budget was basically already built last year, it's gonna be the same this year, because we're all set. But they did ask for capital improvements on there, and the top capital improvement I have right now, I did put in for, is to replace that fence over there at Griffith's. You know, I did run my bids, somebody did win last year. Hopefully they have enough in free cash that it gets approved at town meeting so we get that fixed and make it look like the other three fences we have out there. But we'll cross that bridge hopefully sooner rather than later. Just want to give you a quick update on summer. I have spoke to the schools, and right now, they're not sure what things are going to look like. So summer may end up down here. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do that long program because I can't have the kids out in the sun like we have, but we got to do something. So right now, it's either, if we can get into the schools, we're going to go there, but we are preparing to be here as well, so we can get something done. But we really need to know by April 1st, because that's when all the planning really needs to come into play. And final is, I spoke to Tony Rudy. He's been out working on trenches out here to open them up to try to reduce all the water we've had recently. And things are going well. He's going to do another cut come early spring and then reseed. So we'll be all set and looking good for the spring and summer. And that's it for me.
No, it's not. Go back to the dog park.
Dog park, yes sir.
I know I talked to you about it. I don't know if I showed you guys, there was a thread on Facebook, Raynham residents. I was trying to find it so I could quote from it, but basically, long story short, there was somebody had posted questions about the town wanting to build a dog park down at Reed Field. And there was all kinds of misinformation that was being represented by people who aren't really completely familiar with, you know, what we've been looking at recently. So I went on the thread. I thought I texted you.
I sent out the email and then you, I thought.
Yeah, it's
I
not
knew you were
something
supposed-
somewhere.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that you guys were in the loop on that. So I talked to Tim, and Tim's. I said, I just want to let you know this is what's going on Facebook. I'd be more than happy to confirm and deny some of their information about what's been planned or being planned. So I went on and I gave them a brief description of, you know, what our current plans are, which was we're still looking at Reed Field, but before we do anything, we want cooperation with the majority of the neighborhood before we do anything. You know, there was questions about tax money being spent. I noted that we currently have $10,000 that was,
Town meeting.
that was budgeted at town meeting for planning.
Yep.
None of that money has been spent so far. If we have a majority, if this is, we'll go forward, we're gonna apply for a grant. The grant pays for a majority of the park, blah, 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 blah. So I went on there and I addressed it. There were like 2 comments after that, and I put it to bed. So the sooner we can get that neighborhood meeting together, I think the better. So, but I know we have to wait until, you know, restrictions are, what is it, 25 of the building?
It's 25%. So, I mean.
In this, in a room like this,
So
it's not a lot of
just
people.
look at what's the capacity.
I have to ask Liz what the capacity is. I know the Lions building
How much is the room?
is around about 100 and, it's about 120 at the Lions inside. So,
Or maybe we can get RMS's auditorium.
yeah, we could ask that.
I'm certain we could put a neighborhood in that auditorium, social
Yeah.
distance.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get the abutters list, we'll get that letter sent out, we'll find a date that works for you guys.
Yeah. Do you wanna go with the RMS and see if
I think that
the
would,
superintendent will allow us to?
yeah, I'll give,
Because that's a concern for, hey, there's more people coming into school, that
Yeah.
might be a concern, so.
I'll reach out to Derek and see what he says, and if not, we'll have to, I mean, we can do a Zoom.
That'd be the,
You
But
know,
I'm against that because
Yeah.
you don't want anything to get confused or some, you
Yeah.
know,
yeah, someone will say I couldn't ask that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, gotta be interested.
so,
That's the fairest way.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we wait till, the weather gets nice, we get a projector screen, we do it right out here at the gazebo. It's nice
Can
spring.
we have
night.
Dale and the Ducks play behind
Yeah,
us?
exactly. You know,
Shoot.
little Elvis don't want nothing but a hound dog, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, I do agree with what you said, Chris. We have to end these false narratives before they start.
Yeah.
That's
We don't
what-
want-
That's what's killing us.
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, we have to address it, because if not, it might just explode, you know? There was a lot of misinformation. Taxes, location.
There's a misinformation about what a dog park
Sure
actually
is.
is as well.
Yes.
And we saw that
Liabilities.
the first time we went through this. There's
Yes.
a lot of
Yeah.
folks that don't really quite understand what a dog park is.
I mean, people just gotta realize, when you bring your dog, you stay there until you leave. You don't just drop your dog off and say,
No, you do that, Jillian's Pet Paradise,
yeah.
you know?
All right. Anything else?
Good for me.
You good? Yeah. During the meeting time is,
Someone's got to make a motion, you can't just do it.
Make a
Mr.
motion.
Chairman.
We'll make a motion, damn it.
I don't feel like I said, I'm leaving.
You're the second guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm the last guy left.
You're the motion guy, you're the second guy.
I'll make a
I'm
motion.
motioned. Oh, wait a minute, go ahead.
It feels like
No,
it now.
no, you need to get up on, your motions. You gotta get up.
You're way behind on
You,
motion.
as a matter of fact.
Sammy keeps a tally. She does.
It's gonna be in the town report.
It is.
Yeah. For sure, number one. I'll make a motion to adjourn at 6:44 PM.
I guess I'll second it, Mr. Chairman. The human.
Discussion?
code.
Well, if we take too long, we have to change it to
Traffic cone,
6.
take the
All in
traffic cone.
favor?
Aye.